All right, you just got your first sale and you're ready to write a sales ticket. Everybody likes a receipt, right? And everybody likes a sale. So, if you have these are the Mary Kay sales tickets. I'm going to show you how to fill this out, Mia and Alice. In the meantime, you can write it on a piece of paper. People are okay. If you want the second copy, you rip out, and that's their receipt. But most people nowadays, they don't really care about receiving one, huh, Alice?
No, not too much. No. As long as they're getting their product for what they paid for, they're not usually asking me for the receipt. And I keep a copy for my records. And that's really the most important thing because I'm reporting it on my taxes. So
Right.
we need a copy way more important than them.
But you can take a picture of this and send it to them because a lot of people purchase virtually, so or over the phone. Okay, so here I have my client, and I write the date that they purchased. Um, you can fill in their address, but most likely you have their address in their contacts. And so I'm going to show you an example of a little bit more complicated one or a larger order. So she did get the the gold bundle, which is the Time Wise, the eye cream, and the microdermabrasion. So I like to put those individually on the lines. You can start to abbreviate it once you learn all of the products and the prices, right? And the total for that is 208. It's like a special. She saves like $4. And then she wanted two additional items, the eye primer, the blush velvet. So I put those right here. That's the price. Now, if she wanted two, I'm going to times that 18. And right here, I'll write 36. Okay. She gets the free roll-up bag because that's what I give away when you get a bundle. And the party specials, I gave her 25 off. So you add up this whole side, and you also want to add in the price of the roll-up bag because you want to make sure you collect the tax on it, even though you're giving it to her for free. So you come up with a subtotal. Then I times it by the tax in my city. And so, do you want to talk a little bit about that, Alice?
Yeah. So when you have your total, okay. So what's your subtotal?
238.
238. Okay. So you have that. When you want to figure out the tax in your city, your chart, wherever the product is landing is what you're charged. So Christina's tax is 9.75%. So you can do that two different ways. You can either do times 9.75 and hit the percent on your calculator. Okay. And it changes it to this. So you can also already know this. Christina already knows hers is 0.0975. And then when you hit equals, this is the tax for that amount. So
Right.
that's the tax she would add in. If you're like in Oakland or San Leandro, it's 10.75. But if you're in Vegas, it's 8.38. So it's different in every city. So don't assume you know the tax rate. You can just Google City of Hayward, California sales tax 2023, and it will give you the current rate. And you always want to check in January because when they pass laws for taxes to go up, it's usually January 1. So you want to make sure that you're checking that every January 1 to make sure you're charging the right tax. And then your calculator will do all the work for you. If you're doing CVS and sending the product via Mary Kay, the tax you'll be charged is where the product is landing. So in states like Oregon, where there's no sales tax, it's smarter to do CDS because you will not be charged sales tax and your customer is used to not paying sales tax. So that's another thing to keep in mind when you're doing sales tickets.
I love that tip, girl. Awesome. And then it depends if it's a large order and I know it's going to weigh quite a bit. I usually do a standard $4, $5, $6 because I use Pirate Ship. So I charge her $6. I add it up together, the total with the tax and the shipping. Then I minus the discounts. So she got the free roll bag and then 25 off. And I send her the total. And then if she is paying credit card, you want to fill in the credit card number with the expiration date. You can take the security code. However, you do need, if you're running it through ProPay, you do need the zip code on the card, which is usually their home address. So that's a little bit more difficult one. Here's a simpler one. There was no discounts. And then as you notice, there's a PS here, paid and shipped. That's how I know
I love your notation, so there's no confusion.
Yes, yes, because there's nothing worse than there's been a few orders and I had to learn the hard way, like, oops, I never got paid for that. Or someone said, the check that I gave you, I don't know if you ever cashed it. And I was like, I don't remember. So yeah, track your work. This really helps. Is there anything else you want to add to that, girl?
No, I think it's perfect. And it's so easy. Like she said, you can write it on paper if you don't have those slips, but just write the numbers down and track whether you got paid and if you shipped it, and then you won't forget anything. You'll have it all at your fingertips when your customer's asking, what's that thing I got? You've got it right there.
Right. There we go. You got this.